I'm Allie. I was raised in a foster home, and then I moved out of my foster home when I was 16, started my own life. I started using methamphetamines, and I became homeless, and I started living on the streets.
Well, I think this community, and any community, often women, especially homeless women, are not seen at all. And when they are seen, they may be judged for any number of possible drug uses, why they became homeless.
You know, sometimes you can't control what happens in your life, and people think that you make bad choices all the time, and it's not really everything that you do. You know, sometimes it's other people's choices that inflict on you, and you've got nobody out there, and you have to come to a place like this, and it's the only place that gives you respect and dignity. You need a place like this that you can come and feel respected and loved, and like people care, you know, and safe.
This is a place where we see each other as equals and come to really know one another's identities. For many women, they may be mentally ill and they're not on medications, and so that's just, they are really skeptical about institutions or any kind of system out there, so rightly so, they're not going to move very fast. But part of our job is to help engage them so they come to trust us, come to know us, and then we might be able to begin thinking about the next stages.
I've got my life together, and I've got 3 years clean and sober, so last year I started volunteering here at the Hearth just to give back what they've given me, because they've given me so much.
My name is Sheila Martinez. We are at Miriam's house, very beautiful house. It's a never-ending pool of love here, really, actually. A lot of the women that walk through the doors, like myself, had never felt that kind of unconditional love until we walked through these doors.
Women come here and make a commitment to themselves for a year and to work on their issues and the challenges that got them to where they are, to where they would need our help and the counseling and the therapy that goes on here at Miriam's.
3 years ago, I was unable to work, considered disabled. I had to try to find other means to get me by. I just got into the phone book one day and I said, I guess I'm just gonna have to find a shelter. And I looked under shelters, and the very first thing I read was women in transition.
Success is a woman's ability to move from homelessness, helplessness, into being a self-sufficient, self-aware woman that takes all of her strengths that kept her alive in abusive situations, on the streets, and turn that around and really use it to become the person that she was always meant to be.
When I walked through the doors, I was like, wow, it was totally different than I expected. You know, when you look at transitional housing and you look at having to go to a shelter and you look at not making enough money and all that kind of stuff, you look at it as a hardship, and I look at it as like a blessing. Like, this was the best thing that ever happened to me.
When our women get healthy, then it often affects their children that they possibly had to leave behind. And there's a reunification. There's a time when they can get back with their children and say, I can do it.
I am volunteering here at Miriam's house. By working here, I'm finding out where my limits are and where I can expand more. It works. Women walk out of here so successful, and it's so worth it. It's just thank you so much.
I'm Jamie Ordway. We're at Transitional Living Center. It's a transitional place for women with children.
Our clients come from many different places. Mostly we have clients that come from shelters in town, They may be living on the street, in their cars. They come here, they're referred here for many different reasons. The basic concept is when someone comes to us, when they move into our program, we are always talking to them about what is it that you want to do to further your life.
I knew that I didn't belong in the drug house. You know, I just always had that feeling that I didn't belong there and that I was meant to do something better with my life, and that I am a mother and I want to participate in that role.
I think that is what Transitions is about, is that we believe in the hope that everyone has the ability to make life different. I've seen so many incredible changes happen in the years that I've been here that I can't help but have hope, because I know there's so much potential for that. We have funding through various different programs and grants. And then we also have, private donations that we bring in. They're important because they help give us some flexibility that some of that other funding may not allow us to have. We may not be able to get bus passes for clients so that they can go out and look for work or go to classes or counseling with a government grant, but we may have clients that need a bus pass. Private donations are crucial to that.
When I'm financially stable and can afford to have all my children without any help from anybody, I'm gonna get custody of them back.
It's really all about ending poverty and homelessness for the women that we serve. And that's what we're doing. It may look a little different at each site, but that's the mission.
My name is Becky Cashmere. Today is my final presentation, which is supposed to be a 5 to 7 course meal for 15 people. We're having challah rolls with cranberry, compound butter, and then we're having stuffed pork chops with spinach and sun-dried tomatoes, and we're going to have a cranberry and apricot sauce over the top of that, and we're going to have steamed.
We're at Transitions New Leaf Bakery Cafe, a job training program. I'm the chef instructor for the program, and that translates to instructing the women, assisting them, getting them marketable skills to get into the food service industry. The women are a very diverse group. Their backgrounds vary. These women are either recovering drug addicts or maybe some alcoholism, a lot of abusive situations with boyfriends, partners, husbands, whatever. Sometimes they are completely homeless. Most of them have children. And most of them have no support. I feel like in the kitchen, when they step in, they can just go, I'm here, I can be my total self.
A lot of the women that come through here have been out of work for a while, and you can't get hired when you haven't worked for a long time, It's taught me a lot, organization skills, how to show up every day, be responsible.
I can teach them how to make stock from scratch, but if I can help them build their confidence up, or I can give them those marketable skills, or I can teach them that they can go to an employer and say, this is what I can do for you, you need me. If I can build some of that in them, I've done my job.